Chris Anderson here, Pursuit Hunting, and another straight shooting gear review. Today we're talking about a couple of products that are designed to work with a standard Maglite 2 AA cell flashlight. If you're like me, you probably got a bunch of these. Collected several of them over the years. And what we're going to do is attempt to bring this flashlight here up to the current level of technology. If you're not aware, over the last probably 10 years, there's been a small revolution in the lighting industry whereby the old standard incandescent lighting that includes the xenon and halogen and bulbs of that nature have been replaced with LED technology. LED stands for light emitting diode. And the benefit of LEDs, there are actually several. They're, I guess, primarily they're more efficient than an incandescent bulb. You can get a lot more light with a lot less power consumption. And I guess the third benefit is that they tend to last a very long time. So they're more dependable, they're longer lasting, you get better battery life, you get more light. And so what we're looking to do is to take what I think has always been a great little flashlight. I like the feel of it. They're nicely built, fairly waterproof, just good durable light, and make it better. So what we're going to talk about is two things. They're both from Night Eyes. One is an LED upgrade. This is a 1 watt LED upgrade for the AA cell Maglite. The other item is what they call their IQ switch, and we'll talk about what both of these things do in just a minute. Like I said, I've been using the mini Maglite for years. I've collected several of them, as you can see. I've upgraded some of them, and this one I'm going to upgrade to show you how to do that. The thing about these Maglites with the older lighting technology is that it's always been a backup light for me. This is the light that I use probably 75 to 90% of the time when I'm out hunting. This is a Petzl Tika Plus. It's a little headlamp. You see it's got a nice stout elastic band that can go around a hat or just my head. This again is LED technology. You can see it has 4 LEDs here. It has 3 output settings, high, medium, low, which gives you a lot of flexibility. It also has a flash mode, which I've never understood the purpose of. The thing I like about this is the hands-free design. I can put it on my head. I can do whatever it is that I need to do, whether it's putting a tree stand on a tree, looking for gear in my pack, whatever. And the light's right there, and I don't have to use another hand for it. To me, that makes it ultimately more useful than any type of a handheld flashlight. The other thing I like about it is because it is LED, it's got a lot of burn time. I can go for weeks on a single set of, this uses AAA batteries, but it lasts a very long time. And it works for the majority of the situations that I need it in. Even walking to and from my stand, I'll use it most of the time if I have a fairly well-defined trail that I'm following, or if I'm following a creek or something, or if I've got a good bright eye trail going to my stand, I will use this. My other light, which I use often, is this hoss here. I have to clear this out and make some room for it. This is my 4 D cell Maglite. This thing will crank out the light, but it's also very heavy. I don't know what it weighs. I haven't weighed it yet, but it's a chunk. So I only carry it when I need it. I typically don't carry it in the mornings because I know if I'm going to be tracking a deer after that I shoot in the morning, I'll have daylight and I won't need it. The only time I carry it in the morning is if I've got a kind of a cross-country trek to get to my stand and I really need a lot of light to find my way. I'll carry this. So I tend to carry it mostly in the afternoon when there's a possibility that I might have to track a deer after dark. It's got pretty good run time and a lot of brightness, and it also has a pretty good focusing ability. You can see I can broaden the beam out, or I can focus it down to a spot. And I tend to find that the flood setting for me is much more useful than a spotlight setting. I typically only use a spotlight if I'm looking way out ahead, but for tracking or even just finding my way through the woods, I tend to use the floodlight setting more. So what I'm hoping is that rather than carrying this chunk around, I can get by with these two flashlights and probably a third as a backup. I like to have redundancy when it comes to flashlights because I'm just not a big fan of sleeping out under the stars on a freezing night if I don't have to without a flashlight. So my hope is that with these products right here, I'll be able to upgrade this baby here and replace my big Maglite with it. So let's get into how it all goes together. The first thing is what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the standard LED or the standard bulb and reflector, and I'm going to replace the tail cap. So it's pretty simple to do. All I've got to do is take my tail cap off. I'm going to do that so that the thing doesn't light up once I take the bezel off here. Take my bezel off, pull my old light bulb out, and then unscrew the front lens portion here. Take the standard reflector out. So basically I'm going to eliminate these three parts right here: tail cap, reflector, and bulb. And I'm going to replace them fingers in there. I'm going to replace them with these units. This is just a drop-in reflector. It goes down in the cap like so, and then you screw the end back on. And then this bulb goes right down here. You can see if you can see that or not, there's two holes in here where the bulb fits in. The two little prongs and my bulb fit right down in there. Like so. Screw my bezel back on. Now it doesn't screw on nearly as far as it did with the old bulb, so don't try to force it. And then I need my new tail cap. These things are child-proof. And that just, after I replace my batteries, screws on here like this. And if all goes well, I need to open that up. All did not go well.